everyone, it's Allison Sullivan with Stamp Crazy with Allison. I'm going to just go live over on my Facebook group and then we will get started. So thank you for joining me from wherever you are. I see that my, looks like my internet is a bit slow, but hopefully I will be live. There we are. Okay, and we'll just make sure I've got sound. And yep. Okay, we good. All right, everybody, we're good. Ooh, hope you're all doing well today. I'm gonna just put that here. Hi, Sarah, over there on my group. Okay, you're the first to join. Welcome. Nice to see you on here. Hope you're doing well. We've had a little break in the weather. Oh, my nose is itchy. I think it's like a thing. Every time I come on here, my nose gets itchy. I don't know what that means. So I hope the weather is good in Saskatchewan there for you. We had some hot weather, but it's cooled off today and it's lovely. I'm not going to complain that it's too cool because, you know, I'd rather have it like this than too hot. Good morning, Jacqueline. How are you? Nobody's joining me on my actual Facebook page or YouTube yet, so I can't see any hellos over there. But I can see you guys on my Border Buddy group, so that's good enough for me. Oh, here we are. Good morning, Keisha. Good morning, Ellie. Good morning, Diane. Okay, I'm going to go like that, and we're going to go over here. Okay, so I'm doing a kit today. I have spent the last 2 days with dogs. One 7-year-old, 90-pound dog, and one, what is she, 1.5-year-old beagle, and a 5.5-month-old German Shepherd that is huge. Anyway, my husband and I are absolutely knackered. 3 days of 3 dogs, but it was fun. It was fun. So I thought, what can I do today that I don't have to think? So I'm going to do the birthday fancy kit. So that way I don't have to think. Good, Jacqueline, I'm good. All right, you guys, let's get started here. It's lovely with a bit of wind. Yeah, that's like here, Sarah, which I can handle. You know, it's been hot. Okay, and we're going to get some rain this week, which we need some rain. Dry conditions and rain is good. As long as there's no lightning in the interior, we're good. Okay, so birthday fancy. So what I do, you guys, is this comes shrink wrapped in plastic. I peel off the label from the plastic and stick it on my box. Okay, otherwise I forget what's what without opening it. Okay, so let's drag this out. My box is over here, but I've got it. And let's see. Okay, we've got a stamp set and probably hard to see. So I'm gonna, I should have grabbed a piece of paper, but let's open this. Let's open this and let's see where we're at. Anybody got this kit? It's a great kit. I think it makes, I better check the list. 12 cards maybe, but they all different. It's like that other one we had that we made together, heirloom something. So it gives you a little bit of, you've got instructions, but then you also have, let's just cut this. You also have the create license to make whatever you want. So I kind of like that. Oh, wow. Look at this whole sheet of, holy cow, I've never seen a sheet that big before. Would that give me a, can you see this? But let's see. I don't think so. Okay. Still working on finding a piece that I can put behind there. And you just grab all your little bits. Oh, there's a lot of bits here. Ooh. Okay. And then the instructions. Okay. So I think I got everything. I like to do these in a way that shows you guys that, you know, I'm not perfect at these, and neither do you. The picture this morning of the Beagle attitude was so funny. Yeah. Gracie, they're Keisha's talk like dogs. My dog is a beagle, and one of my favorite memes for years and years is this beagle sitting in a car, and it is giving this side eye to the driver, and it's something along the lines of Ralph. The moment Ralph realizes he wasn't cut out to be a emotional support, oh, as his owner droned on and on, Ralph realizes he wasn't cut out to be a emotional support animal. I love that meme so much. And then I posted that meme again with a picture of my dog Gracie giving a side eye to me, I guess. And I'm thinking, yeah, same vibe. That was funny though, wasn't it? I know. I have to say, she makes me laugh. That's the one thing about her. She makes my husband and I laugh. Just when we think, oh man, what did we do? We just laugh all day. She just makes us laugh. Hi, Mo. Okay, so here we are. What have we got? Can we see this? I don't know. Sweetest birthday wishes. Let's eat cake. Happiest birthday. Sending you happy birthday wishes. Time to celebrate. Wishing you another year as sweet as you. This is a fabulous stamp set, right? Look how you could use that forever, right? Of course, our kits and our paper pumpkins now come with the little index, which I really like. So I'm going to cut this because I only need the English. So it comes in English, French, German. Cool. I mean, you have to buy the kit. They don't call them all in the same kit. So we've got, ooh, these are pretty. Ooh, gosh, look at all these. Ooh, okay. Got lots of things. So I always think the best thing to do is to sort. So let's do that. I have this kit. It's lovely, but I haven't put it together. Lots of pieces. It's a gorgeous set. It really is, isn't it, Jacqueline? Yeah, it is. Did I say hi to everybody? Yeah. Let's get the instructions. Was I right? 12 cards. Okay. So you've got some pictures. Now, some of these are ideas. You've got instructions, it looks like, for 3 cards, and then you have carte blanche to do kind of what you want. Okay. So I'm going to go here, and I try and use these to get the pieces, and then I go back to the instructions. So we need one of these striped ones. So I'm going to put these other stripes back. And we're going to do one of those. So the point I was trying to make is that you don't make, 3 designs, 4 of each. You can do whatever you want. Good morning, Gail. How are you? Hey there, Kathy. Nice to see you. Okay, so we're going to grab what we need here. I'm going to need for the, helps if I put these in order, and that way I'm not making myself crazy. Okay. Of course, you can do what you want. I'm just following the directions because I just want to follow the directions. We need some cakes. Wow, there is a lot of stuff here. So it looks like they want me to use this one and this one and some little cupcakes, teacups maybe. Teacup. Wow, blue teacup. You do have to look here, you guys. I think this is the most time-consuming part, is you're just gathering all your bits. Okay. I also need another cake. It's the one this is it. And I think that's all I need. For that one. Okay, moving on. Oh, we also need some sort of strip here. And gosh, look at all these bits you get, Jacqueline. Have you opened this and all the bits? My goodness, this is amazing. What an amazing kit. It's probably only about $30 or something. Maybe a little more than 30, but not much. It's crazy. Okay, next up, we've got the blue background. And this time we're wanting to use this one. Looks like almost like a little jelly roll. That one. And we want one that's a little more spread out. Are these different? Let's see. I'm not going to spend too much time. If I can't find all the right pieces, we'll just use whatever we want. Okay. And then this one. There we go. Got them all. Okay. And then we're looking for the little guys. So the little ones are a little teacup. Here's a little teacup. And another one of those. Like I said, I think this is the hardest part, is just trying to find all the bits. Oh, little guys are over here. Okay, this is like a cupcake, I think. Another little cupcake. And this piece again. All right. Okay, that's good. And then it wants one of these. Look at these frames. Holy hell. Grab. These are pretty. Look at these. So it looks like you've got an outside and an inside frame. So we're going to use the outside, it says. So that's kind of nice. This would be great because this, like I said, there's instructions to make specific cards, but then you've got carte blanche to do whatever you like. I like that. All right. Next up is this one. And we're almost there, you guys. Don't give up. Got this nice inside frame. And we've got, oh, look at this. Look at this one. It doesn't call for this one, but look at this one. It's got everything already attached. I kind of like that. This one here is this plummy one, but it's not true. Boy. Am I still here with me? Everyone hanging in? Hi, Kathy. How are you? Good morning. I've got this one. Once we get all this done, you guys, it'll go together really fast. Okay. I can't find this one. I can find this one. But I don't find that one. So I'm just going to use this one. What the heck? I don't think it matters. I'm going to use that one. And we got a pie, which is over here. I saw that earlier. And some other little things. Oh, little macarons. And whatever that's supposed to be. Flowers. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I think we got everything. So what I'm going to do is put all of this back in my box so I don't lose it. What do you guys, when I'm finished this, what I'm going to do is punch the rest of these out. And then in a little clear bag, just so I can find them easily. Otherwise, I think they get kind of stuck on each other. Wow, look at all the other pieces you get, though. These are pretty. Wonder why they don't want us to use those. I guess because you can use them on whatever you want. I guess that's the point. Oh, and look at all this. It's got these little, oh my goodness. Wow, there's a lot that you can play with on this kit. Okay. Tons. Crazy. Crazy. All right, let's get started. So then I go back to the instructions, okay? So let's grab number 1, and we'll bring that in. Now, it's got us using Happiest Birthday. So I'll grab my block and grab Happiest Birthday. I got 2 Kathys. I got my Kathy Clark. I got my Kathy Soch. Oh, gosh, guys, that's embarrassing how dirty that is. Ooh. Ignore that. This one's probably not much better. Okay, Happiest Birthday. Now, the spot that comes is Lost Lagoon. And you know what you do, you guys, you can open this and apply your ink. So if somebody doesn't have a large pad of the same color, then they've got everything they need in the kit. They don't have to buy anything else. So make sure you, like, if you're buying it as a gift, that's all they need. So they want me to stamp this over to the right side of this little banner. Happiest Birthday. Sweet. Okay. And then it's got the card orientation is going to be landscape. Okay, so it's going to go like this, and this is going to go along the bottom, which we'll do in a minute. And then we've got this scallop. Oh, it's a pretty lacy circle here. It's going to go like that. And then you're basically going to pop up. That's no wonder they gave you a whole sheet of these. Where is it? Oh my gosh, look at all these. Look at all these dimensionals. It's hilarious. Okay. And then all of our little bits and bobs. Now, on these, it usually indicates it wants me to put the tear and tape on the stamped image, and then that what am I trying to say? Circle. But I prefer, because I already have the glue, to use my own glue. Now, again, if you're giving this as a gift and you're thinking, oh my gosh, do I have to buy them some glue too? No, you do not. Oh, maybe I need to buy some glue. Come on. Yeah, it's been one of those weekends. You guys. Let me grab a new glue. You don't have to worry about providing any glue to your friend or whoever you're giving the gift to. Or if you're buying it for yourself and you're just new to stamping, everything comes in the kit. So you don't need the white glue. I just prefer to use the white glue. So I'm going to put that on my card like so. And then we'll go down the strip. I've had so many kits that I have a lot of tear and tape, which is cool because I use it for project where you really want you want it to adhere really well. You don't want your stuff to go anywhere. Okay, so that's the tear and tape. Then it's got some items. So we've got this little guy, and then it's got this cake. I think it's just a matter of putting them where you want, just layering them where you want. Okay, so these seem to be glued down, and then your extra little bits seem to be popped up because you want to give some dimension. Okay, now if you prefer, you can of course pop up whatever you want. You can add as many dimensionals as you want, but I find that if I'm not giving it in person, if I'm mailing it, then I end up it's too fat and you have to add a little bit more postage. So I lay a few things flat, and then a few dimensionals is fine for the man. That's fine. Oops, filled in. Okay, so I'm just going to put that sort of offset a bit, like that. And then maybe I'll make the rest of these this afternoon because I'm looking for something calm to do after my weekend of crazy. And and also just something mindless but creative, right? Okay, so for these, I think we should pop these up. Oh, these are fantastic, all these you're gonna get. So we're gonna go with a little bowl of cherries. And it does show you guys little tips. So we've got this is different. This is here we are. This is the index. This means dimensional, and the dot means glue dots, but I use white glue. Okay, and for this little guy, because it's so small, they want you to cut. And I think I've missed one of the pieces, but I'm happy with what I've got here. I'm just going to use these ones. I think it's getting a bit too mini. Plus I got other cards to make. So now we're just going to pop these up. So I'm going to pop up one there. Oh, I did miss quite a few. And we got this little bowl of cherries. And then we've got a teacup because you want to have tea. Right? There we go. And then it did have cherry, but I have no idea where those cherries might be. So I might just have to forgo the cherries. cherries. No. Oh, wow. Sorry, I know I'm not using this one, but look at this one, you guys. Isn't this cool? And then you could add, if you wanted, you could take one of these and just pop it up right on top. Like you'd have the picture underneath, but you could still pop up on another card. Don't know where the one. Oh, there they are. They're strawberries. Sorry, guys. Little strawberries. So what they're telling you in the instructions is you take one of these and you cut it to fit. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take the edge and use that little bit because it's a very small little piece. Come on off there. Do not fight me. It's fighting me. There we go. That is a small little piece. Of course, if you've got your own little mini dimensionals, that works too. Just put that there. How cute is that? Oh, I didn't notice that. Look at that. It's got all the little bits there. That's helpful. I think I'm missing one, but that's okay. I think that's enough. Hi, Kim. How are you? Do you have this kit? It's called Fancy Day or Birthday Fancy. What's it called? Oh, my goodness, you guys. My brain. But like I said, you got to forgive me. Birthday Fancy Kit. Isn't that great? Love that card. Sweet, sweet, sweet. These always look so much nicer in person. Trust me. And then you've got these beautiful envelopes with the nice decoration on them. So wouldn't that be a nice card? I've been giving my mother-in-law my boxes of cards that, the stamp sets retired. I think I've given her about 300 of them in a box. And my husband was telling me that she absolutely loves it. Every so often, she'll just sit at her table and she goes through them and looks at them and sets them aside and sorts them. And yeah, love it too. Yeah. My mother-in-law is 95 and loves my cards, and she loves sorting them. So that was good because I thought, what am I going to do with all these cards? I could give them to a senior's home. But then I thought, I have a senior. Why wouldn't I give it to my own senior? Anyway, she loves it. So that's an idea if you've got an elderly person or anybody who just wants some cards. And she always, they're so beautiful. And I have not made them all. These are from swaps and other people. So I don't take credit for them all. Okay, so we've got this one. I like this background. And it looks like what it wants us to do is glue this piece to the front like this. Okay, is there a right and a wrong side to this? I think so. Don't know. Don't think it matters. So they've got you putting little glue dots. I tell you the truth, you guys, I have no idea how you would get a glue dot in that little space. I think it would show. So I'm going to just dab on my white glue. This is a new one, as you saw earlier. And sometimes it wants to come out a little bit faster than I want it to come out. But I think it's okay. So just kind of, you get used to how little pressure you need. And if you get a blob of it, that's okay. Just spread it out with the tip and you're okay. Okay. So like I said at the beginning, if you missed it, this is a kit that's great for somebody who wants a bit of direction, but then has some creative license to make it the next 9 cards however they want. Oop. I don't know, but you guys, our kits, I gotta say, I'm not just saying it, they're fantastic. Okay, we've got this great one here. Looks like it sort of goes over like that. And then we've got this guy. And then we've got this one. Gosh, I wish these were real cakes. So yummy. Okay, so that looks about right. We're going to take a label, which I missed in the first group. So we're going to grab a label. I thought it must have a label here or something. It's a stamp one. There is so much stuff in here, you guys. I can't believe it. I'm going to think it's this guy, this little one. It's a little rectangle. Whoop, and it wants us to stamp sweetest birthday wishes. You know, if my mother-in-law was younger, she was a beautiful crafter. She used to do quilting, and she did very fine petty point, and just beautiful things that she's made. But she's quite arthritic, and of course she's 95, and so I don't think this would be good for her. However, you know, 10 years ago, she would have loved this. So if you've got somebody, no matter what age, because like I said, if she had more dexterity in her hands, right? There are directions for 12 different cards. Really? Well, that's true. That's true, Kathy. You're quite right. So what's Kathy's saying is, if you look at the front of the directions, give you suggestions. That's true. Oh, well, so maybe what we'll do is we'll make these 3, and then next Sunday or another day, I'll make some more. Oh, good idea, Kathy. Okay. But you could use creative license, I suppose, right? Should we glue all these little guys down? So these ones are going to get, are they getting popped up? Yeah, they're getting glued. Okay, so down like that. So of course, like I said, they give you the fabulous glue dots in that package. You get, oh, they also get a, gosh, I know you guys know this, but if you're watching this and you don't know this, maybe you're watching the replay, you get the acrylic block too. So they don't even need that. And that tape I was talking about. And then my favorite, get the glue dots. I covet these. Some people hoard DSP. I think I hoard the glue dots. Okay, we got that guy. And then we're going to glue this one. Some of these kits, Stampin' Up! Just, you know, knocks it right out of the park. They're just fantastic. Okay, and then this one here. You could pop this one up, I think, to give it some dimension. But then doing the same with that, and I don't think I want to. They've got it as, you know, popping this one up, but I don't want to do that. I'm just going to layer it like that because I have this to pop up. And I don't like to have too many dimensionals if I'm mailing a card. I like some, but if I'd pop this up, I'd have to double pop this, and then we're really into the popping. It looks like they've kind of got this off. They want it to go a little bit off, which is kind of neat, but I'm not going to do that because I didn't move that over and I want it to be balanced. Okay, there we go. Now, you know, from your stash, you guys, you can always add rhinestones or whatever you want, right? Like, you can make these your own. And I think we're going to pop up these. Some maybe not, but let's do these 2 for sure. And then something is getting, oh, the flower. Wasn't there a flower? Don't know. Don't know where the flower went. Oh, the flower's already on there. That's not it. Okay. So now it's just a question of where do you want these? I think we want a capote over here. And you could, if you don't want to put these on flat, like straight, I mean, you could angle them, and that would be kind of a cool look too. Oh, we've got our little cake. Put that there. And then we've got a few of these. I think these are cupcakes. Just turn them over and make sure. I don't know. Oh yeah. They're like a cupcake. Just gonna put that there. And one more. Whoop. Maybe tucked in there. That. Okay. All right, card number 2. That's pretty, isn't it? Oop. How do you type with white glue? Without white glue, it says to use the Mo. the glue dots, because they're flat. And it says in the instructions to just put them on the 4 corners. But I don't know. I guess you'd have to cut these. So if someone didn't have white glue, then I guess that would be the best. Or if you had Stampin' Seal, if you take a silicone mat, you put the frame down and you take the glue, you can actually do this on the fork or wherever, and it'll just sort of attach to the paper, and then all the excess will go on the silicone mat. You can just rub it off later. I'm just not skilled enough to use yeah. I'm not doing it. But you guys knock yourselves out if you want to use the seal. Last one. Here we go. Let's grab the stamp set. Time to celebrate. Time to celebrate. Here we go. You don't need all these blocks because you would just clean your stamp. But in the interest of time, I am doing it this way. Time to celebrate. I like these because if you make a mistake, you could turn it over and no one would know, because there's no right or wrong, like front and back these. Okay, so for this guy, we are, looks like we're going portrait. Go. And again, I'm using the white glue, but you want to use your tear and tape, you do you. This is seems to have become a controversy, but one of my Stampin' friends in the US, he just bought a new house, and he was asking about whether people leave their shoes on or when they go in the and whether they ask people to take their shoes off. Anyway, it was fine until the Canadian chimed in and said, "Oh, we always take our shoes off," and we just do. Now, it could be generational, but I'm thinking about my daughter takes her shoes off at her house, and my son and daughter-in-law do. Yeah, my daughter-in-law changes into slippers. Anyway, it wasn't controversial until I said, "Oh, most Canadians take their shoes off," and then I had 3 or 4 Canadian friends say, "Absolutely, shoes off." And then there was this one lady who was like, "Oh," she got kind of mad that well, not this Canadian. And I'm thinking, okay, do you? And anyway, is it a Canadian thing to take your shoes off at the door, or is it cultural? It's partly cultural. Like there's a lot of cultures that take their shoes off, right? It's just respectful. We don't take our shoes off in church, but mosques, you take your shoes off. So I don't know. Is it? And when I went to Thailand, when I went to the temples, you take your shoes off. Or Japanese restaurant, if you're sitting in one of the, the tables that's kind of, I call them the sunken tables, I always take our shoes off, leave them outside. So I don't know. Is it cultural? Is it Canadians? Is it, I don't know. What do you guys think? The other thing I noticed today was we're talking about, do you still wash hands when you come in from outside? And I kind of think that was a COVID thing. And my husband and I do. When we come home, the first thing we do is wash our hands. I don't know. Maybe it does. Don't know. What do you think? Yeah, it is respectful, right? The British. But there's a lot of people I know that aren't British that take the shoes off. So I don't know. Anyway, like I said, it got a little heated. And then the one woman's example from Canada said, well, my dogs, their paws are dirty and they come in and they don't take their shoes off. And I felt like saying, well, you take your coat off, but they don't take their coat off either. So I didn't understand her argument. No, I didn't say that, you guys. I just thought, But then the next part of the question was, do you ask people to take off their shoes? And the answer to that is, I do not ask people to take off their shoes. They got their shoes on. Now, more, you got to remember too, when I was growing up, everyone had the big thing. If you had wall to wall carpet, whoa, you were rich. Right? So people wanted to protect their carpets because, in a lot of places, we had doors that we came in the back door. We didn't come in the beautiful front door with, onto the, carpets. Now, 90% of us have hardwoods, right? So it's not as hard to clean. But I would never ask someone to take off their shoes. If I go to someone's house, like even if I'm in Toronto, I take my slippers in my suitcase and I change into them. And when I go to my sister's house, I put my slippers on. I don't know. Just yeah, I think you're right, Kim. You always take your shoes off. Even when I was a little girl, I do it at other people's houses. I do too. Now, sometimes you ever go to a house and you go to take your shoes off and they say it's okay, you can leave your shoes on. I always feel weird. Like it feels weird to walk around in my outdoor shoes, right? Like even that's what I should have said. Even in my kids' school when they were in kindergarten and stuff. Do you remember Ellie will remember you had to take a pair of indoor shoes for your child, and they were kept in their cubby. And when they got to school, they took off their shoes and put on their indoor shoes. I don't know. Or when you use a gymnasium at school, probably changed now. But remember, you couldn't go in there with regular shoes. You had to have, your running shoes. But anyway, you wear socks to walk into a house. Shows respect to the home. Yeah, I think that's Canadian, except for this one Canadian. She got kind of angry at us Canadians for saying it was most Canadians. Anyway, thank you guys for confirming that that's what we do. Okay, look at this kit. 1, 2, love it, and 3. Isn't it pretty though? You love the pastel colors? The good old days. I agree. I agree, Kim. Like some things, like I remember once I was watching well, I'm not a big fan of Don Cherry's for reasons that are hockey related, not what he says. Just because I think he's too old school. He doesn't understand the new game. But anyway, moving on. I remember once he said they can out hockey players because they wear suits and ties, although I see that their union has got them in their contract that there's no dress code anymore. So I don't know what they'll show up in. But he also, Canadians always take off their shoes at the door. And I thought, yeah, we do. Okay, so that's the kit. We'll make more of these cards another day, okay? Because Kim pointed out, I think it was Kim, pointed out that there's a whole bunch more here. All right, reminder, you guys, time is ticking to sign up for my Painterly Pairs class. It's held on, let's see, August, so I'm going to be mailing them next week. So you got to sign up ASAP. Okay, so here's some of the cards. We've got this one we made the other day, right? This is that spanner card. Here's another one. We've had fun with these. This one card my sister Ellie sent me. It's a card my friend Leanne sent me. That's the fault line card. Pretty. This one here we made on our live. So go back and check out the lives. This was 2 different orientations, portrait and landscape, or hot dog and hamburger, whichever you prefer. And then this guy here. Okay, and then another one. This is more simplified. It's a simple version like that. That's the embossing folder from Celebratory Sips. Now you're maybe thinking, not you guys are on live with me, but people who joined later might think, well, that's a cool set. Where is it? It's in the online exclusives, the July 2025 online exclusives. So we're going to make 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each. You get the PDF with the instructions. You get everything you need to make the cards, except you need obviously the stamps and inks. You get a goodie bag with half a pack of the designer series paper, full pack of the embellishments, and half a roll of the ribbon from this. Okay. There we go. Okay. So that's today's kit. Love kits. Kits make your life so much easier, don't they? Yeah. All right, what have we got here? I think I've got everybody. Okay. Any other questions, you guys? Yeah, they are. So, Jacqueline, grab your kit and get going on them and have fun making them. Here we are. Here we go. All right. So, yeah, they are cute, aren't they, Kim? And so easy. But you know what I was thinking? I always talk about if you take a you're stuck, like you don't know what you're going to do. You don't know what you're going to do. So you I call it losing my mojo. There's lots of ways to get it back, but if you look at a kit like this, okay, so if I look at this card and I think, oh, I want to make a painterly pears card. Well, just substitute out the images, right? Like we have lots of dies where you can cut a rectangle and then the pears and then the words. So, and I actually like this layout. I think this layout might actually be one that I might do. Thinking. Yeah, I think I will. Because I can cut a circle out, I can put my pears there, I can cut a strip, I can stamp, and I can add other elements. So if you're ever stuck, look at some of the kits and think about the construction of the card. And listen, if a concept artist designed a card, I think that's pretty good. I can borrow that layout. See you Wednesday. Yes. Okay. So we're back here on Wednesday. Yeah, August the 6th at my goodness, what time? 2 p.m. Isn't August the 6th? And my sisters are on here. Isn't August 6th our parents' wedding anniversary? I think so. So they would have been married a long time. 1948. I don't know how long ago that is. 50, 75, 77 years. Ooh, holy cow. We're dating ourselves, though, my sisters and I. Anyway, I think that's August 6th. I'm sure my sisters will say, no, it's some other date. Anyway, just stuck in my head. So, August 6th, 2 p.m. See you then. Oh my gosh. Thanks, you guys. Love that you joined me. I hope you get some creative time in. Bye for now and happy